So we got our information now on what the Bengals are looking for a trade for Trey Hendrickson. There's a lot of misinformation out there, mainly because of a mistake. Jonathan Jones was posted on Twitter, and he speculated what the Bengals would end up settling for, which he said was a late second round pick, early third round pick. In the end, he did not say that that's what they were looking for. He said that's what they would probably end up settling for. So he put out a tweet about it. He says, "This is inaccurate. I did not report what the Bengals are seeking. I speculated what the Bengals may settle for eventually in a trade, factoring age, new contract, and previous edge rusher trades." There's a lot of people on Twitter who are saying, they're taking his report and then saying that, this is, factual. The Bengals are looking for a second or a third. They're not. A late second, early third. Actually, I think shout out to Zim Hude. Absolutely love Zim Hude. But even he was posted about saying that they're looking for a third round pick, just like how the Raiders just traded Geno Smith for a third round pick. And then I responded and said apparently he wasn't claiming that they wanted a second or third, just that they might settle for it. And I said, I do love Zim. Love Zim Hude. And he said Hude back. So in the end, they're not settling for a second or a third, or late second, early third. That was a mistake that misinterpreted, right? Well, what they're actually settling for, or I guess you could say they're settling for, is, according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, people I've spoken to believe Cincinnati wants either a first round pick or a strong day 2 package to ship Hendrickson, who will command above $30 million per year on a new deal. So, again, first round or day 2 package doesn't mean that they want a second round pick, just a second round pick. They're saying a day 2 package, which would assume a second round pick plus more. So they either want a first or a second round pick plus more than that. So maybe like a second, a fourth, a fifth, and maybe a player, right? So they want a strong package day 2, or they want a first round pick. Now, based on what it seems like, they don't want a late first round pick. So, for example, if the Commanders came up to them and said, "We'll give you a 29th overall pick, and will you take that?" I don't believe they would. If they get a first round pick, they want it to be somewhat early. Obviously, to get a really good player to replace the loss for Trey Hendrickson. I will still say forever and ever, Trey Hendrickson is priceless in my opinion. I don't believe we should trade him. I really, truly do not believe we should. I think we should keep him. I think we should do whatever it takes to keep him. And I think he is one of the most valuable players on this team. I said one of the most, not the most, one of the most valuable players on this team. And I don't think you're going to be able to replace him no matter where you look. So that's just my personal opinion. Everyone has their own personal opinions. But I believe that, this situation is stupid. And I think we should not be trying to trade Trey Hendrickson. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on the matter. At the end of the day, the Bengals will do whatever they see fit and whatever they think is the best idea. I don't believe at the end of the day a team will give us a first round pick unless it's a late first round pick for him. The day 2 package is very possible, depending on how that package ends up turning out. But again, like I said, it just doesn't make sense. You're going to trade away a guy who is one of the best in the league for what? A potential second round pick that could end up turning into a Jermaine Burton, who could turn into a nobody, who could turn into a bust. Like, I know what I have in Trey Hendrickson. I don't want to trade away something to not know what I have. And for those who are saying, well, he's 30 years old, at the edge rusher position, 30 is not old. It really isn't that old. At the edge rusher position, let's go ahead and take a look at Khalil Mack, who is currently sitting at 34 years old. Khalil Mack at 32 years old in 2023 put up 17 sacks. Just because the player's old doesn't mean anything. Every player, yes, obviously age does impact your durability to a certain degree, and the older to get, the harder it is to recover from injuries. Trey Hendrickson has played every game the last 2 years. And so, and again, you could even go even farther if you wanted to with Calais Campbell, who is now coming back for another season, by the way. I think it's Calais Campbell like that. Coming back for another season, by the way, and he is currently sitting at 30. He's going to be 39 years old playing next year. 39 years old. And he's still performing at the very top level. Edge rushers, offensive linemen, a lot of defensive linemen in general, they age like fine wine. The older they get, the better they get. And they can still perform at a high level even when they get a lot older. Now, obviously, again, like I said, yes, things start breaking down on the human body as you get older. Doesn't mean they can't play at a very high level. So, while I don't agree, I don't want to pay Trey $30 million a year. And if that is what we have to pay him, then this is a completely different argument. I have not seen anything that says that he wants $30 million a year from the Bengals. I have seen people speculate what he's worth if he hits the open market, speculate what he would want if he got a new contract, but I have not seen anyone who has confirmed nor put out there 100% that yes, Trey is asking for $30 million a year. I'm not seeing that. I've seen what he wants is what he said, which I can go off his own words, which is he wants job security and he wants at least 3 years added to his contract. That is what I have seen him say, and that's what I've heard him say, and that is what I'm going to go off of. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.